This is full squad. Roll. You. Oh. Jump. Arm. Knee. Alright, and welcome to Rebel Rant's House of G. Who doggy? Yeah, bear with me here, please. I am still learning the ins and outs of streaming in general, and especially, you know, Streamlabs and YouTube here. So, oh my goodness. This has been quite the journey, quite the adventure. And, okay, so, here we go. Alright. You would not believe, oh my goodness, you would not believe the stuff that goes into these things before you have to get started. Trying to get more professional about it and whatnot, but there's just so much learning. You don't even know who doggy. Oh my lord. Yeah, here we go. House of G. Let's just geek out for a little bit here and yeah, have a little fun there. Actually, I need to check something real quick. So yeah, hopefully you're having a good day there. We made it through Thanksgiving. Hopefully you had a good time with your, family and loved ones. You have your friends, if you happen to have friends over and whatnot. Personally, I do enjoy the holidays. I love the holidays, and it's usually a good time, even with all the hubbub and whatnot. Come on. Yeah. I actually spent them alone myself, but that's fine. I'm used to it. And that's just the way it rolls sometimes. Had a nice little Thanksgiving dinner for one. Hold on. Might wanna... It's a little tricky getting things sorted out here between the mic and the background music and whatnot. And yeah, music might be a little loud there, so let me see if I can get that fixed. I do not have any moderators or anything like that to give me a heads up for stuff like this. Yeah, I got to figure it all out myself as I'm going on the fly. It makes for an interesting time, let me tell you. Yeah, today we're just going to go ahead and I still got quite a few comic books I need a bag and board and whatnot. So let's just hang out for a bit, geek out. And maybe if you saw the last live stream, yeah, I picked up these new comic book boxes. And this was really, really spiffy here. From, what was the name of it? BCW Company. I forget what it stands for exactly. Something Comic Book Warehouse maybe. And they have these really nice looking boxes. Yeah, it's Optimus Prime right there looking all badass. With some really nice scenes on either side. And then on the top here, boom shakalaka. You got Megatron getting his clock cleaned by our good old Optimus Prime. That's what I'm talking about right there. Alright, let's see here. it's not very full yet, so everything likes to slide around pretty easy. See if we can get that straightened out. Okay. All right, I think I'm slowly getting the hang of this here. It's like, so if you've watched my videos and whatnot, they've definitely taken a turn that I wasn't expecting. So trying to get back to the fun side of things here regarding pop culture and entertainment, video games, comic books, movies, all that stuff. So this is just it's my way of testing the waters here when it comes to live streams and sharing a little bit about what qualifies me as a geek, nerd, whatever you want to call it. Personally, I prefer geek. That's just personal preference. Never really saw the huge difference between the two. Between the different labels regarding these types of things. Never really worried about it too much. But if I have to pick one, I'd say geeks is probably my go-to there. All right, so we're starting off with an issue of Thunderbolts. Yeah, this is from October, issue number 19. I'm guessing somewhere around 1998. So this is an old one here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it has been a while. So yeah, this is 1998 Thunderbolts. And if you can see there, the coming of Charcoal the Burning Man, who just happens to be the winner of a Wizard Create a Villain contest. Yeah, I remember this. This is going way back there. I actually submitted a character for this. I did. I can't remember which one it was. Who did I send? I can't even remember. But I did submit one. Obviously, I didn't win. No sour grapes, though. I'm sure there were a lot of entries into this competition here. And all in all, honestly, it's not a bad looking villain there. So I can see why you won. And I don't remember anything about the story, though. Let's see here. Let's just kind of browse through here a little bit. I'm not going to read every little thing. But yeah, well, interesting. Okay. It actually starts off with 3 female characters going up against some bad guys there. Interesting. So the whole get woke, go broke thing, that's been pretty big lately. And as you can see, well, it's not something new. It's not something that just popped up in a vacuum. If you saw the last stream, there were definitely some stuff going on there that could easily be qualified as woke. As you can see, starting off with 3 female characters, 3 female heroes. Where have we heard something like that in recent days? In the last year or so. All female Avengers, maybe. Yeah. So as you can see there, it's been around for quite some time. They started off slow, and just the whole put a frog in a boiling pot of water, increase the heat slowly. That whole thing, which isn't actually. Excuse me. Excuse me just a second. Ooh, yeah, the weather's turning, so the air's getting a bit dry. Ooh. Where was it? Oh, yeah, the whole boiling, the frog in the boiling water thing. It's a nice little saying and whatnot, and it does get the idea across really nice. In reality, though, the frog will actually eventually jump out. Because if you ever been in a hot tub, me personally, yeah, you can tell when the water starts getting pretty hot there. At some point, I'm usually pretty motivated to either turn the heat down or get out altogether once it hits a certain temperature. but it is a nice little saying. It does get the point across rather nicely. And that's exactly what they were trying to do here. They started off slow over the decades. We're talking decades at this point. Until we finally got the woke nonsense of today. However, back in the day, it was small enough, slight enough. It wasn't as in your face about it. It wasn't as obvious. Where you could kind of brush it aside there and still enjoy the story for what it was. And that is why I continued buying comic books up until around 2013. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so yeah, it looks like some sort of heist or something. And then it cuts to... what? A little confused there. So first page, they're in the middle of a fight. Second page, they're just watching something on TV. I'm not sure if that's foreshadowing or... wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. So the Thunderbolts, yeah, they were supposed to be bad guys. That's right. These guys are supposed to be supervillains. Okay, I knew, yeah. I remember there was something different about them. And they're presented as supervillains. The weird thing is, in this first page here, something about a bank heist interrupted. Oh, the bank? Okay, the bank was interrupted. First by daylight robbery, and then the intrusion of the costume supervillains. Those the Thunderbolts. Which kind of looks like they're stopping the heist. So it's a little confusing there. Huh. So, okay, yeah, it's been a while since I read anything about the Thunderbolts. I know a lot of stuff happened with them. So I remember, I can't remember if they were supposed to be superheroes, where the public was, public misconception had them thinking they were supervillains. Or if they were actually supervillains, pretending to be superheroes. It's been a while. I'm actually curious to look it up and see exactly what was going on with them again. It was an interesting concept, though. I will say that. I was interested in the Thunderbolts for a while there. Well, yeah, and they're having a talk about the heist. Yeah, so the first page, that's a snapshot of them interrupting the heist, and then it immediately goes to the news story. And everybody's questioning their motives. They don't know if they're good guys or bad guys, even though... Yeah, the news anchor just straight up calls them supervillains. So... This is, issue 19, so there's already been quite a bit of stuff going on. Yeah, I might have to dig through. I know I've got some more of these. I might need to dig through some older issues and see if I can find some of them. Refresh my memory on this eclectic, interesting little team here. People, they're interviewing people, and there's all kinds of opinions. People in general do think they're a team of supervillains, though. Or was it they used to be villains, and then they, like, a bunch of them turned over a new leaf or something? Was that it? And they were trying to become superheroes? That might have been it. If that was the case, then yeah, it was definitely interesting. I've had people talk about me in the past. I know what it's like to be gaslit. So if that was the case, yeah, that one definitely struck home there. Yeah, so there's plenty going on there. Yep, plenty of team drama. No doubt about that. And then... there is something about charcoal there. A little brief something. Yeah, I'm not reading the whole thing, just glancing through it, trying to get an idea what this issue is about. And yeah, it's really nice reminiscing, going through the older comic books there, because they generally had much better stories. Even the less dramatic, impactful stories, even those were better than what they got going on nowadays. Oh my gosh. They will literally let anybody work on a comic book now with the big dogs. It's pretty sad state of affairs, if you ask me. But hey, at least we got the back issue stuff, the old stuff. Can definitely enjoy it. And yeah. That's why I love the physical media. I'm not big on the digital stuff. Digital stuff can be altered, manipulated, deleted. And granted, you can lose the stuff on a fire or something like that, but you know what? At least it's under your control. You pay for it, you keep it. It is yours, it belongs to you. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of just drama going on. And then, boom, here in comes Charcoal the Burning Man. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, so they went to some town. Seems like it seems like maybe this town is under the control of the group that the Burning Man is part of. This charcoal guy. Yeah, or the town was just taken over and put under the control of this group. So yeah, it looks like the Thunderbolts are trying to be superheroes. And I want to say they used to be supervillains, which is why the general public is having such a hard time taking them seriously as superheroes. In comes the Burning Man, Charcoal. Gets in and big old brawl with the Thunderbolts. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you always gotta love the fight scenes there. Sometimes the best part of the comic. Lots of ads for days. I think he had an A on his chest. I think his name is Atlas. Something to do with being, one of those guys can make himself really, really freaking big. Okay, so they had to borrow a car to get to the city. Apparently they didn't have transportation of their own. So that car right there, yeah, that's he's picking up. Looks like he's about to throw it at somebody or something. And then this chick, actually not sure what her name is. She's trying to get his attention to let him know that they quote unquote borrowed the car. And then they have to put it back where they found it. Oh my goodness. And then, as expected, yeah, the car gets blown up. Boom, right there. That panel, middle panel. That is their borrowed car getting blown to smithereens. So that could have something to do why the public is having a difficult time seeing them as superheroes. Even though it actually was not their fault that time. The car is still in one piece until somebody else blew it. That is just one ugly character. Wait a minute. Masters of Evil. Future partners. Something about the Crimson Cowls. Apparently some sort of supervillain mastermind. So yeah, these guys, they are the let's see here, get that camera angle going. Yeah, they are the Masters of Evil. Naturally, there's a honking huge female character in the middle there. Like, dear Lord, I don't know what kind of steroids she's on, but she's just like freaking huge. And that is not, I'm sorry folks, as a certified biologist, that is not natural. Yeah, so as you can see, the woke nonsense has been around for a very long time. Not quite as in your face, but that's fairly in your face right there. I mean, she's bigger than every single. She's surrounded by male characters. She's bigger than every single male character, and her arms, her biceps are just massive. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see that. Look at her. I mean, if you can see her biceps, especially compared to the other guys, I mean, her biceps are just freaking massive. Like, what is that? That is not a woman. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. That is not natural at all. Somebody failed anatomy right there. Basic anatomy and physiology. Yeah, that definitely qualifies as woke, if nothing else. But yeah, so you get past that and boom, back into the story. So yeah, Masters of Evil want to recruit the Thunderbolts. Clearly they have some sort of past ties to criminal activity and whatnot. And yeah, the Masters of Evil are sounds like they're trying to hook them back in, last one back in. If you've ever tried to change your life in some way, significant change, and the people around you that are associated with that part of your life, they're used to having you around in that capacity, and you're trying to separate yourself from that for whatever reason, one reason or another. I'm sure you know. A lot of those people, they are very reluctant to just simply let you walk away. I know I've had that happen to me in my life. So yeah, I can definitely emphasize what the Thunderbolts are trying to do here. If I'm remembering correctly, if they're trying to put their criminal past behind them, and somebody simply will not let them do that. I'm not saying I get a criminal past, I do not, but there have been other instances in my life where I've tried to take a step back, separate myself from something that wasn't necessarily healthy for me, not illegal or inappropriate, just not healthy for me in some way, shape, or form. But there are people, connected to that in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, they don't like letting you go at that point. Especially if they are losing something by the fact that you are trying to distance yourself from that, whatever it is. So, yeah. So yeah, no, I was actually interested in the Thunderbolts back in the day. They actually did have my attention there. I do remember buying quite a few of their comic books. Yeah, I'm definitely have to go through my back issues there and see what I can find. I think this is going to be a fun series here, House of G. So, it's a lot of fun digging back in it, especially with what's going on right now in the modern era of comic books and whatnot. This is fun. Going back and seeing, well, back when comic books were actually fun to read and actually worth the money, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, let's grab a bag and board here. All right, here we go. Got this thing down to a science. Yep, yeah, just get that corner in there, just like so. In general, it'll just slide right in for the most part. And then you do the exact same thing with the comic book. Binder side in first, that little corner. Boom, boom, and it should, for the most part, just slide right in. Fits like a glove. Ooh, doggy. This was in fairly decent condition. Little bit of wear on the cover ink. That's not really a dent, but it's definitely it's got a little bit of a curvature. Not dented, it's just curved a little bit. So not in the worst condition. I might as well try and keep them from getting any more damage than they've already sustained. Yeah, I have lived a surprisingly nomadic life, not out of choice. It's just kind of the way things happen. Yeah, I've been in. Well, before I returned to the state, I was in an apartment for like 6 years. That was pretty awesome right there. Yeah, I would love to be able to settle down for the long term. Something that just hasn't been a huge option. I'm not going to get into that. We'll say this: it makes it really difficult to engage in these types of hobbies, collecting stuff, and because you really need a stable environment to be able to store them in, display them in, and whatnot. It's been pretty difficult. It is something of a miracle that I have as much of my stuff as I do. I think I have most of my comic books, if not all of them. It's kind of a miracle. I got so many of them left. I'm pretty happy about that. It's actually a really nice connection to, you know, well, simpler times, I guess you could say. So yeah, I am grateful for that. And it is we just had Thanksgiving, so it fits in really nicely. All right, let's see here. So we got a comic book here from Image Comics, number 11. Looks like probably 1998 based on that little thing. Yep, 1998. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this one. It's called The 10th. Yeah, you could probably take a guess as to what drew my attention to this particular issue. Let's see here. Let's get my fingers out of the way. Get my fat fingers out of the way there. Yep, The 10th. I remember this from back in the day. I don't remember a whole lot about the actual comic book. It was from Image, so you know it's going to be something different and interesting. Yeah, trying to remember here. Some female creature chick, kind of like a Medusa, but instead of, you know, a hair full of snakes. I don't know. She's, I don't know where they're coming from exactly, but she's definitely got some sort of association with snakes. It kind of looks like she can take her legs and transform from the two-legged variety to the single snake body variety. This one was a little, yeah. Okay, so some of these Image comics were definitely more on the adult side. A little more blood and gore. So I think that's what this one was kind of about. A little more on the horror side. I honestly don't remember too much about it. Oh, who doggy? They do not draw them like that anymore. Hopefully this doesn't get this age restricted or something. But yeah, they don't like drawing characters like this anymore, let me tell you. And well, it's kind of a shame if you ask me. So yeah, that's somebody's head he's holding. But it looks like the head's talking to him, I think. Yeah, it looks like the head is talking to him. That's a little weird. Yeah, this is definitely more of a... Oh. What? Okay, it looks like... Alright, some sort of weird creature, dude. Where... he's alive, but his head isn't generally connected to the rest of his body. Interesting character to say the least. I'm guessing some sort of demon type creature. Honestly, I was never really super huge into the horror type stuff. Some of it's fun, you know, it's got its fun factor or whatever. This was definitely a bit on the darker side. I did like Spawn. That was always a fun comic. Interesting dynamics. And, well, I'm not. Yeah, without reading this outright, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. So the 10th. Okay, if I remember correctly, I think the 10th was supposed to be the hero. But he's some sort of monster hero. And then I think he had a connection to that chick from earlier. Yeah, I would have to read this to try and figure out. So yeah, the 10th is... Okay, maybe the... Oh, you know what? The 10th might have been human at some point. Because he was transformed by someone called Dark. And... he does have some sort of connection to this girl. This young woman. I gotta figure out... wonder if they had a connection before this guy got mutated or transformed. Yeah, that might have been the basis for this character. So in that regard, it was an interesting character in that regard. Yep, there's one for the Spawn. On the brink of madness. Definitely an interesting character. He did something really bad before he died, and was condemned to damnation. And then in his damnation, it was a bit too late for him, but he somehow, in his damnation, decided to seek redemption, even though he was never going to get it. Yeah, that was actually an interesting character. So, the 10th. Yeah, I'm not sure how long the 10th actually went for. I don't think it's still around. Fairly certain on that one. Not even sure if Image is still around. Oh my gosh. Boom, chakalaka. Alright, let's get this puppy bagged and boarded. I did not buy as many bags and boards as I thought I did, so I might have to, order some more here before too long. Even though I think I can probably hold off for a while. Now this one's in surprisingly good condition, actually. No crazy creases, nothing like that. Cover's in pretty good condition. I'd say this one's like near mint, which is a little surprising. Kind of wondering if that's worth anything there. I'll have to look that one up just to see if that one's ever picked up any value by any chance. I don't buy comic books for the sake of getting rich off of them. That's not what I. That's not why I'm into these things. All right, I'm into comic books because I love the stories, love the characters, love the universes that are created. Yeah, I like being created myself, so it's just really cool to see this stuff come to life. But I'm not stupid either. So. It's like some of the stuff is worth a few bucks, and if you happen to have something that's worth a little something, you definitely want to take care of it there, and be aware of its value, so that, somebody else doesn't rip you off, which can happen. This one's a little crease on the corner there, so it's definitely not near mint. A little bit dusty. Dust is killing me a little bit. That's better than having the ink actually worn off. So other than that corner, though, it's in pretty solid condition. Maybe not quite near mint, but pretty close. Maybe not. Looking at that binding there, it's a little rough at the bottom. Oh. Well, them's the breaks, you know what I mean? Still, it's nice to have the collection. Now this one is, bada-bang, the 10th. Yeah, that last one was number 11. This one is actually the 10th, number 10. Oh, the irony. Can you taste it? Tastes like pennies there. Let's see here. Let's double check. I think that should be, 1998. This is the preceding issue from that last one. Whew. Okay, so, he's like jumping off a building or something. It looks like he's on fire. Might be hard or difficult. Those are flames lighting up his back. And he's like busting through a brick wall or something. Looks like he's having a bit of a tough time of it there. And then, wait a minute. This one is July. Okay, interesting. So this one is number 10, printed in July of 1998. And then on the back cover, it advertises for number 11, which is what we just looked at. For July of 1998. So it's a little confusing there. I don't know if that was a bi-monthly series. No, it says monthly. Interesting. So this one is from July of 1998, and then it advertises number 11 as coming in July of 1998. Just a little bit confused by that. And it clearly says at the bottom, monthly, baby. It is a monthly comic, so not exactly 100% sure how that works out when you got 2 different issues in the same month. But hey, well, that's just one of those mysteries, you know. So it starts off, I think this guy is the Dark. Maybe. Possibly. No, he's not the Dark. He's serving somebody else or something. Character named Killcrow. Yeah. Apparently he can take on the shape of a bunch of crows and then manifest himself as that gorgeous creature right there. Light's kind of getting in the way a little bit, but yeah, look at that. That is a beauty pageant contestant if I ever saw one. Something to do with the sewers, bunch of dudes. And then this chick, I don't know, seem to be looking for something or something. Whoa, hello. Ooh. Wow, these guys are literally getting torn apart. That just looks gruesome. Actually, I think they're looking for the guy who becomes the 10th. Okay, so he's talking about the 10th power. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the 10th power of hell or something. It's been a long time since I read this stuff. But yeah, so apparently he somehow has the ability to tap into this 10th power. Ooh. Yeah. That sounded crunchy right there. Makes me a little nervous. I don't know if you could hear that or not. That was definitely on the crunchy side. Yeah, crow's looking. Wait a minute. I thought that was supposed to be like some scarecrow dude or something. Now it's saying elastic. Maybe this is a different dude. Okay, so apparently there's another baddie named Elastic. So that guy pops up. Thought he was a scarecrow there for a second. Is that the name of him? Scarecrow? Killcrow, my bad. Killcrow. I'm pretty bad with names. Trying to get better at it. It can be a difficult thing. Yeah, I'm like mildly dyslexic. I think I developed some sort of mild adult ADD in the military. Don't ask me how that happened. I got my theories, but honestly not 100% sure. Oh, so apparently... Okay, so there's this chick. I think her name's supposed to be Espy. Apparently she's some sort of robot android thing. I don't know if she's supposed to be bionic or completely artificial. And I don't know. Okay, so there's a third bad guy. What the crap? What was his name? Black Spell. Okay, so we got Killcrow, Elastic, and Black Spell. All in like a matter of pages. And these baddies are just crawling out of the woodwork. Wait, no. Okay, Espy is not the android creature. I don't know who she is. Espy is I'm assuming an actual human female. Okay, so this dude, I think he becomes it, or he taps into the 10th, becomes the 10th. So he's trying to find her in the sewers. Gets his butt kicked. And then taps into the 10th. So he becomes the 10th again. Oh, why are you crunchy? This make me nervous. Yeah, they do not draw comic book chicks like that anymore. Let me tell you. And it is a dirty, rotten shame. This dude's... Wow, yeah. This one was definitely on the horror side. I don't think when I first bought it, I wasn't expecting that. But it's got an interesting story to it, though. Definitely on the darker side. Definitely not your X-Men. Or at least your old school X-Men. So SP is it looks like a human chick, and then there's some android chick. I had no idea about her. And okay, so the bad guys are like turning on each other or something. As it's turning into mad chaos there and anarchy. Ooh, let's see here. Oh, I think that's the 10th right there. Yeah, so that's the 10th. I don't know, that's a mask? It looks like he's still got some sort of like shirt on, but it's got a mask. I don't know where that came from exactly. Looks like that's the 10th right there. And yeah, tapping into that 10th power. Oh, okay, so he pulled that. Okay, he pulled the cloak, whatever that is. He pulled it over his head because he didn't want the girl to see him. And then he disappears and apparently leaves him. Wait a minute. Okay, so somehow the girl is responsible for keeping him alive. Okay, interesting story. That was an interesting twist right there. It actually kind of makes me want to read more of this. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to remember why I was interested in it. And it definitely had the chicks, let me tell you. Yeah, those are comic book girls, women right there. Those are comic book women. That is one example of what they should look like. Not these, if you've heard about the recent, which one was it? Starfire? Was it Starfire? Her daughter? The little roly-poly, short little... don't even get me started. Sorry, but you cannot pay me enough money to read stuff like that. I'm not making money off my channels, so I cannot spend money putting myself through that torture, through that hell for your entertainment. If I ever do start making money off these channels, I'll be more than happy to do that. Right now, that is just not an option. And I'm pretty grateful for that. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness, yeah. Let's see. So this is an advertisement for the 10th configuration. And let me tell you this. Oh my goodness. If the woke brigade gets wind of this, they will just have a conniption. Look at that. I mean, just that. I mean, you can tell that's a woman, and just look at that pose there. The woke agenda would just be like, oh my gosh, your eardrums would blow out from all the do not let them get a look at this one. Wait a minute. This is curious. Wondering about that. So, okay, this is from number 3, which was from November. I'm assuming from 1997, maybe. Looks like it's an ad for a previous issue. I'm a little curious about that. So I think that's like the android chick. And as you can see, there's the hammer and sickle, the Russian, communist Russia little symbol right there. Kind of hard to see. Because I think the yellow is getting green screened out there. So it makes me wonder if she's some sort of Russian, like Cold War Russian android. Which would be an interesting twist because she seems to be trying to help the 10th. Unless she's still working for the Russian government. That would definitely be an interesting twist right there. What? This might be hard to see because of the green screen, but well. So if maybe you've heard of the Savage Dragon back in the day. Apparently they did a female version. Interesting. Yeah, you gotta love the old ads they had for these things. I did not even know this was a thing. The Savage. Wait, was it? Savage She-Dragon. Let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. Savage She-Dragon. Yeah, remind you of anything? She-Hulk. Honestly, I'd never... The Savage Dragon, the male version, I didn't really get into that too much either. I actually never really knew what it was about. He had that weird fin on his head. It seemed like kind of like, I don't know, first impression was that he was like kind of a Incredible Hulk ripoff. I was never really rich, so I had to manage my resources, and I never had the spare money to be able to check it out and see exactly what was going on with it. But unsurprisingly, they did come out with a Savage She-Dragon. That one I definitely would not have probably spent my money. But apparently the Savage Dragon was known for his dialogue. Apparently he's really good at writing the dialogue. But yeah, so okay, so that's 10th. Number 10. We already took a look at number 11. Yeah, this was actually on the interesting side. The art was decent. The art was good. Some of those pictures are pretty nice to look at there. And yeah, the story is actually interesting. Kind of makes me want to look up some of those old issues and see what was going on there. Might have to do that someday, maybe. Oh, boom doggy. Ooh, boom chakalaka. Let's see here. Time for the bags and the boards. Bags and boards are life when it comes to comic books. And hopefully these are some good ones. Yeah, so I was in a completely different state for the longest time there. And I had to leave almost like just about everything behind. I left with a big old suitcase, my sea bag from the Navy, and let's see what else, a backpack or two, all riding the Greyhound bus. That was, oh my goodness, that was fun, let me tell you. Oh, Jiminy Cricket, I never want to have to do that again. Boom. So there we have it. The 10th. Number 10. Oh, the irony. Gotta love the irony. I've always been a fan of irony. Boom. Chakalaka. Bagged and boarded and ready for storage. Might have to pull it out sometime and give it a thorough read through though. Oh, this should be a fun one here. So, yeah, way back in the day, I used to be a big fan of DuckTales. Yep, there's the crew. The McDuckland, or at least a good part of them. God, what was his name? The pilot. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. This is July issue number 2. Let's see here. Can we find the year 19? Oh my goodness, 1990. Wow, this was even older. July of 1990. So this is the oldest one yet. Wow. It's definitely not in mint condition. Definitely not near mint. But it's still in pretty decent condition, considering the age and that it hasn't been in a bag and a board. I'd say very good, maybe. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's a tiny bit of damage, like on the corner there. At least maybe it might be a slight water spot. So yeah, it could be in a lot worse condition. It definitely could, especially considering the age. 30 years. This thing's 30 years old. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah. No, I used to be a big fan. As a kid of the DuckTales cartoon. That was such a fun cartoon. Straight up fun. Some of my favorite Disney characters in there. Oh yeah, and then you had Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers on top of it. They have their little crossovers and stuff. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Just so much fun growing up. I feel so sorry for kids nowadays. They don't get to experience stuff like this anymore. Like the kids' cartoons, you can't even call them cartoons. It's just garbage, man. It's hot trash. Just burning dumpster fires. Just mocked up to look like a cartoon. I don't understand what's going on anymore. But yeah, back in the day, when I was a kid, we had it good as a kid when it came to pop culture and entertainment. That stuff was definitely fun and definitely worth the time. As far as all that went, at least. So, okay, so his niece, the little girl duck, he's having a dream. She got kidnapped, and apparently it wasn't just a dream. So Scrooge McDuck wakes up the nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And yep, Scrooge is going on a mad rampage, trying to figure out what's going on with his niece. I don't know if it's his niece, grandniece. Let's see here. And as expected, you got the manic cartoon. Yeah, the manic cartoon energy going on there. Phones out the yin yang. way back before he had cell phones. And he's just, he's burning up the resources trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, so everything, he's got bamboo furniture and it's just falling apart, turning to dust. Okay, so what was this guy's name? Yeah, the pilot. What was his name? I'm blanking. What was his name? The pilot. Let's see. Yeah, that guy. What was his name? I can't remember. It has been a long time, let me tell you. So they're flying around the world. Oh, wow. So apparently Scrooge McDuck has some sort of bamboo construction company. It might be difficult to see there, that sign. Yeah, it talks about Scrooge's bamboo construction. So apparently that's got something to do with it here, and the bamboo is just falling apart, literally turning into dust. And yeah, so hold on, let's see here, page 10. Yeah, so this is the chick he was dreaming about. That's his niece or grandniece, something like that. She's got, in this nightmare, she's captured her. So apparently she might have something to do with this bamboo stuff falling apart. Let's find her. Where were we? So they're literally flying all... What? 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 Okay. If you can see that there. Those are actual bamboo planes. Oh. Yeah, I can really see what I'm... Yeah, those are bamboo planes. Like, what? I mean, I know they used to make planes out of wood, but I'm not really sure how bamboo would hold up as the body of an airplane. That's actually that would make an interesting question right there. What? I'm wondering if anybody ever actually thought of making aircraft out of bamboo. That would be something else to say the least. And yep, just lots of hijinks going on, trying to figure out the source of their troubles here. Lots and lots of random stuff. I've always been a fan of random stuff. Oh. Ooh, this is a nice looking one. This is an ad for Dick Tracy versus the Underworld. That actually looks pretty cool right there, if you ask me. You got flat top, front and center, and then, okay, it looks like, yeah, that's mumbles on the side there because you can't understand a darn thing he's saying. And the guy on the left, what's his name? Brower or something like that. He's got that friggin' massive eyebrow ridge. What was his name? I don't know. But yeah, Dick Tracy always had some of the most quirkiest, most interesting characters, to say the least. Yeah, the old Dick Tracy movie with what was it, Warren Beatty? I don't know. Personally, I like that movie. I thought that was actually a pretty good movie. Not sure how people would look back on it, but I have fond memories of that movie. Okay, so apparently they make friends with a bunch of panda bears. They have some sort of tribe up in the mountains, and then the pandas decide to help them out. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So as you can see, yeah, they're chopping down all the bamboo and stuff and gathering it together. They got some sort of plan going on, trying to help them out. I guess they're trying to help Scrooge McDuck. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Ooh, the plot thickens. Okay, so at the very last page of the comic, so you got, what's her face? Magica Dispel, was it? Yep, Magica Dispel. Okay, I remember her now. And if you look very, very carefully there, okay, that look appears to be Scrooge McDuck's lucky dime. That would explain a lot right there. His construction stuff just falling apart. The bamboo turned into dust. He seems to be having a lot of trouble finding his niece there. And if she stole his lucky dime, oh my goodness, that could be pretty bad there. Ooh, might be in a spot of trouble there. Yeah, that's not good. Ooh, she took his lucky dime. I don't know how she managed that, but yeah, that is definitely spells trouble for Scrooge McDuck there. Wow. See, yeah, this is from back in the day when kids comics were kids comics. None of this woke nonsense, none of this alphabet nonsense. They had no place in it. It was just wacky hijinks, traveling around the world, getting into all kinds of crazy situations, and perfectly fun, perfectly innocent, perfectly harmless. It's just about the fun, having fun. That's what it was all about, especially as a kid, you know. Kids comics. That is a kid's comic right there. That is what it's supposed to be about. I mean, that was fun just breezing through it again. Going back. This is 30 years old. 30 years old. And just browsing through it, skimming through it like that. That was fun. That was actually fun. I actually enjoyed that. And it's a 30-year-old kid's comic book. I wish it was in a little bit better condition, but I mean, it's not bad condition as long as I can take care of this. I might be able to hold on to it and pass it down someday to somebody. Man, that's just it's a little poignant right there. Seeing what they've done to kids' entertainment, kids' cartoons and stuff like that. Kids' cartoons, comic books, movies. It's shameful, disgraceful, to say the least. This is kids' entertainment. This right here. If you're going to let your kid read a comic book, this is it right here. None of this modern nonsense that's going around. As a parent, you got to be more careful than ever about what you're letting your kids get into. I'm telling you right now, if you can pick up a copy of this from 30 years ago, this is the type of thing that, if you're going to let your kids read stuff like this is it right here. This is old school, old Disney. There was nothing jumped out at me at all. This right here was, in my opinion, not Walt Disney, but classic like DuckTales Disney. It was just fun. It was just all about having fun. Wackiness, hijinks, traveling around the world, making crazy, interesting characters. That's all it was about. And especially when it comes to kids' entertainment, let alone adult entertainment. That's all it should be about right there. That's especially when it comes to kids' entertainment. This is what it should be about. Wow. That's wow. So it's one thing to live through these kinds of times right here, and then to wake up in modern times and know that there's something wrong, something going on. But then to find something like this and breeze through it, you know, just skimming through it, it's just so in your face. It is so just in your face. Like, boom, there it is. That's what it should be. That's what it should be right there. 30 years ago, DuckTales. Not this modern stuff. It's hot trash. Oh, man. That's $1.50. $1.50 issue. That's, holy crap. Can you even find anything for $1.50 nowadays? Wow. I'm telling you right now, the vast majority of the comics industry needs to be straight up fired at this point, canned, and replaced with quality creators, quality people that know what they're doing, and that have actual morals and values that go into making this stuff. You cannot create a good story without morals and values, and that's the whole point of the story. There is a moral to the story. There's always a moral to the story, whether it's a good moral or a bad moral. And if you don't have people with good morals and values creating this stuff, the end product's just going to be trash. And we are witnessing that today. And whoever wrote this story had much, much, much better morals and values than the stuff that's being written today, especially for children. Don't even get me started on the stuff for children. Like, oh my goodness. The stuff that's being created today for children, modern children stuff, it makes me afraid to have children. It's that bad. It really is. Oh, no. Come back here. 1 second. I dropped it there. Okay, there we go. That stuff will get away from you pretty quickly there. All right, let's get this puppy going here. All right, slide her in real quick. Now, considering the fact that this is 30 years old, it is in pretty decent condition, especially since this is the first time it's going to be bagged and boarded. There is a little bit of damage, but I mean, you know, if I can manage to take good care of it, this could very well last for like another 30 years. And who knows what could happen between now and then. Man, dude. Just bring back the good old days. This is just... I even read the whole thing. I was just browsing through it for the stream. Trying to get... You know, give you an idea what the story is about and everything. That was fun. I mean, it's a kid's comic book, you know? But with all the nonsense going on today, the dumpsters fires that are just everywhere... This is a breath of fresh air. It's I can't even explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm usually pretty good with words. Usually I'm better at writing, putting words down to paper than I am with verbalizing. I got an A in speech class, but it was a tough class for me because public speaking is not my thing. And here I am on YouTube. Go figure. Don't ask me how that works out. I got no idea. I'm a definition introvert. Textbook introvert. This is 180 degrees on the exact opposite of what my natural personality is like. I am perfectly fine keeping to myself, reading books, reading comic books, hardcover books with no pictures, you name it. So, I mean, I'm not antisocial. It's just my nature, you know? And, you know, I used to be one of the viewers, one of the audience. It was I'd sit there and watch the YouTube videos, watch the TV movies, and somehow I'm on the other side of the camera, and I'm still not sure how that happened. So but this, man, there wasn't a single cringe moment where I was there wasn't a single moment where I was all like, what is this? What is that? Why is that in here? Why would you put that in there? Why would you write it that way? Why would you draw it that way? No, it's just fun. It's just plain old fun. Goofy, silly. Yeah, definitely. This was definitely written for kids. But when you compare it to the modern day stuff, not even the kids stuff from today, the stuff that's written for adults, it's like this. Wow. I would take this over so much of the modern, just dumpster fires that are out there today. That really says something about how far these types of things have come in 30 years, 3 decades. 3 decades. It's all like 3 decades to go from this to the modern hot trash. That's incredible. Honestly, wow. I mean, now that I've actually gone through this and stuff, that's just incredible. Wow. That's... I'm gonna crack it. Yeah, I need a drink here. Nope. Managed to go through several issues already, but I'm having fun here, so let's go ahead and let's go through at least one more here. Okay, so this one, wow, this one's this one, just breezing through real quick. This one's pretty skimpy. There are literally no advertisements. I'm thinking this was one of those special issues that was... Wait, what? What is that? Okay. Oh, okay. So we're looking at an issue from one Harvey Comics, which is ringing a bell, but I'm not... Sounds familiar. Yeah, I know Harvey Comics. I just can't place it. But they did one Back to the Future. Yeah, you guessed it. Back to the Future. Let's see if it has a print date on here. 1991. Almost as old as that last DuckTales. Yeah, so this is from 1991. Harvey Comics. Now, there's something odd about this. And the little box that usually has the information is blacked out. I actually have no idea why. I'm assuming it was like that when I picked it up. This has no ads in it. I just flipped through it. There's no ads. No ads whatsoever. It's just pure Back to the Future comic story. And it does say they're Saturday mornings on CBS. 1927 Chicago. So I'm thinking this was a special issue that is more of an advertisement for the cartoon, maybe? That's my guess. That black, though. What is going on there? Somebody marked that out. Unless that's... Wait a minute. No, you know what? That's part of the cover. That was printed with the rest of the cover. So you know what? That was intentional. Yeah, that's telling me this was some sort of just special issue. Maybe like a one-shot, one-off. That is more of an advertisement for the cartoon, maybe. And then on the back, as you can see, boom, advertisement for the Back to the Future movie. So yeah, this that is the only advertisement, and it is specifically for Back to the Future, which just happens to be the comic book. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this was a special print. Interesting. Could be in worse condition. Definitely not near mint. I would say very good. It's got a little bit of a crease on the corner there. The coloring is not bad. The binding is... It's not in bad shape, but you can tell it's definitely a little bit... a little tiny, little bit worn. Of course, it is from 1991. So, yeah, this thing is old. So it's in really good condition considering how old it is. But, yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking this is a special advertisement type comic book issue. So... The artwork is definitely cartoony, but it's also good. It's a good kind of cartoony. So yeah, there's Clara. Looks like Doc Brown's got his family. So it looks like this is after Back to the Future 3. That's my guess. Just breezing through this real quick. Ooh, there's the DeLorean. Now, what? 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 Okay, so apparently after Back to the Future 3, wherever Doc Brown ended up with his family, they had a little trouble with securing stuff for the DeLorean. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. Wrong page. Oh, come on. What am I doing? Holy crap, this is more difficult than you might think. Go that way. Yeah, that is a giant boxing glove on a spring. And then if we go over here, yeah, it's all backwards. That is how he launches the DeLorean. Oh my goodness, what? Okay, so that's just goofy. This is definitely a kid's cartoon right there. Just the goofy nonsense, you know. But apparently after the movie trilogy, that is how he figures out how to launch the DeLorean through time there. Perpendicular parking. Oh, there is an ad. Okay, there is one ad in the middle of the comic book for An American Tail, Five Goes West. Let me tell you, I was a kid when I saw that. That was actually a pretty good movie. The first one especially. The first one was a good one. An American Tail, that was a good movie. That was a good kids movie. Five Goes West was not a bad movie. The first one was definitely better, but this one was fun. And yeah, I was a big fan of Five as a kid. So that was pretty nice. That's a nice little blast from the past right there. And surprise, surprise. It's directed by Steven Spielberg there. Back in the day, he actually did make good movies. Let's see here. So they're, well, Back to the Future from where Doc Brown originally was, but still, oh yeah, 1927 Chicago. Looking at the cover. Let's see here. Looks like they're distilling booze or something. Lots of cartoon sound effects. Pow, pow, pow. Okay. It looks like they're faking a gunfight. What? And they somehow managed to get back to the future, the past, where I'm just kind of confused at this point. So that was an interesting... Wait a minute, what? Okay, so Einstein. There was something wrong with Einstein. That's why they went to 1927 Chicago. And I think it was one of Doc's experiments. Yeah, so Doc was messing with visions. Yeah, some sort of machine that messes with your vision. And he was experimenting on Einstein, and something went horribly wrong. So Einstein wasn't seeing stuff properly. So he had to go to 1927. Okay, so Einstein, he would look at Doc Brown and Marty and Doc's wife, and he would see them as cats, giant walking, talking cats. So they had to go to 1927 Chicago for something. Not exactly sure what. Didn't actually read it. The whole thing, at least. They had to get something there to help clear up the cat vision Einstein had. And then look at there. There is another ad. Okay, I missed that one. For Hollywood Studios. Oh my goodness. Universal Studios, Florida. Which, is technically a Hollywood studio. And yep, there he is. Now, oh my goodness, Universal Studios haven't been there forever, but man, they had some rides. And the Back to the Future ride was hands down my favorite one. Oh man, I missed that one. That was such a cool ride. I thought I heard a while back that they actually got rid of the Back to the Future ride. If they did, that makes me sad because oh man, it would be nice to ride that for one last time. But oh well, that was some breaks. That's life, So yeah, it's just a goofy. This is just straight up goofy little comic book. Clearly, it's an ad mostly for, well, Back to the Future, the movies, the trilogy. Looks like they... Oh my goodness, are you serious? Now, granted, these are on VHS, but... Wait a minute. Oh, I was misreading that. Okay, yeah, $60. There was an additional DVD for it was a quote-unquote $12.95 value. Yeah, okay, whatever you say there. $60 though for the entire trilogy. That sounds pretty accurate. And that was on VHS. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, this is basically just one long ad for Back to the Future there. Specifically for the Back to the Future trilogy on VHS. Do they even make that? Well, yeah, I'm sure they do make them. I just can't remember the last time I actually saw one. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a fun, goofy little story. Yeah, it brings up, it feeds off the nostalgia of the movies. Yeah, and it is also an advertisement for the cartoon that they had on Saturday mornings on, you guessed it, CBS. So yeah, I honestly can't remember where I got this from. I do remember it vaguely. Yeah, this is a kid's comic. This was kids' entertainment. This is what it used to be. So yeah, very reminiscent of the DuckTales issue we just went through, and this was a kid's comic book. Make no mistake, it was perfectly fine for a kid to read this. Nothing hinky about it, nothing weird, nothing, just nothing that shouldn't be there. Just good, clean fun, goofy, silly, comical, good times. Yeah, this is yeah, this is made for kids, and it's basically just an advertisement for the cartoon. But this is more enjoyable than so much of the hot trash that's being pumped out today. That's incredible. Wow. And that is why, well, I have decided to do some retro stuff. Let me put it to you that way. Wow. Okay, let's do this. All right, we got our bag and a board here. Let's get this party started. This comic book is roughly 30 years old and pretty good condition, all things considered. So let's see if we can maintain that for a while. Oh, and there she is. In the bag and board. Just got to, pull that flap over. Get that tucked in real nice like. Yeah, like I said before, some people do like to tape them up. I mean, it does help to keep the flap there, keep it in place. But I don't know. I'm usually fine with just folding the flap inside there. It's always worked for me. It does have the potential to pop out of the flap to pop out of the bag like that. But I mean, if it's just sitting in your box, it's not going anywhere. And honestly, I don't like using the tape because then it leaves the residue behind and everything. And it presents the possibility where you're going to touch that residue and then put it on the comic book. So it's already tough enough keeping these babies in decent condition and whatnot. I am surprised at how good a condition this thing is in, considering it's like 30 years old. And this is the first time it's going into a bag and board. I'm a little surprised at that. So yeah, it's difficult enough trying to keep these things in pristine condition. I just don't like to add extra variables that I don't need to. But that's just me. That's my personal preference. Yeah, everybody's got their thing. So yeah, okay. That was an interesting small stack of comic books right there that we just went through. Definitely a variety there, from horror to straight up kids stuff. I mean, legitimate kids stuff. 30 years ago, DuckTales, Back to the Future. Legitimate kid stories that I would not have a problem letting my children read. Especially compared to the stuff that's going on nowadays. I canceled my Netflix quite a while ago. And to be perfectly honest with you, if I did have kids, I would have canceled it way before then. It's just... I just can't even... It's just... wow. It's just a sad state of affairs that, well, modern entertainment has found itself in. It's going to be interesting to see where everything goes from here. Movie theaters have gone out of business. Personally, I think the only hope for movies are going to be those original old school mom and pop theaters, owned by a single person. Maybe they might have 2 or 3 of them, small chains at most, and drive-in theaters. Like drive-in theaters were so much fun back in the day. I would love to go hit a drive-in theater, but they're so difficult to find. The nearest one's like 2-3 hours away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be an all-day event right there. So yeah, we got to see where everything goes. and just see how it all plays out. We still got some stuff going on right now that we got to get through. See how that plays out. And make no mistake, it will have an impact on how everything moves forward, including our pop culture and entertainment. That's how big this is. It's going to impact everything. Everything, top to bottom. Make no mistake. So, on the bright side, we got our back issues. If you have that physical media, you can take a trip back in time, enjoy the stuff for what it was, the good stuff back in the day, and wow. Yeah, how things have changed. So yeah, it's an interesting time to be alive, no doubt about that. Hopefully things take a turn for the better here before too long. It has been a fun stream, a very fun House of G, at least for me. If you're watching this, then hopefully you enjoyed it too. And yeah, these old school back issues, they prove that, well, comic books used to be fun. They used to be, they used to have stories that were worth reading, characters that were worth getting invested in, and things have changed so drastically. So hopefully things will take a turn for the better here, and yeah, we'll just have to be patient and see here. So in the meantime, we do have some of the older stuff, back issues, retro games, stuff like that, a few old DVDs, maybe even some VHS movies. It's yeah, we still got options. You still got options there. And don't forget, if worse comes to worse, you can always break out that hoop and stick and go running down the street. Just hoo doggy. Well, with that said, this has been another House of G, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. I gotta work on my outro. This is this is still pretty new for me. So. This is the House of G, where the geek lives. Yeah, we yourself a good one.